Hi everybody, welcome to Deb's Way, and I'm Deb. You're in my kitchen today, and what I've got going on here is I'm going to try canning. Canning for the very first time. So, we'll see how this goes. I have never, ever done any sort of canning, and actually what I'm doing is I'm going to be making some jam, strawberry jam. So I'm going to be doing water bathing, but using my pressure cooker. Just to do the water bath in. According to this ball book that I got, it does say you can use your pressure cooker, to water bath into your pressure cooker pot to water bath in. So this is a very, very good book to have. It is called the Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving. It's called the Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving, and it has a ton of information in it. Michelle, you need to get a book like this. It will help a lot. And when it comes to canning, I think you might find that you need to read the book, okay? Just FYI, I've been reading, I've been watching videos, I've been taking notes. It's a science, let me tell you. And I never was good in science, so we'll see how this goes. Right now, I have the strawberries that I'm just kind of mashing up before I put on the stove and begin the process. I've got the sugar all ready to get in here. As a matter of fact, the strawberries I'm using, they're not fresh. I don't have fresh. We don't have a farmer's market going on, so I don't have fresh fruit. So what I got the other day at Sam's was sliced strawberries. They were frozen. I've thawed them out. And they're organic. There's no additives to it. So this is what I'm starting with. It took about 2 bags because you use 8 cups of the strawberries. I've got 8 cups in here. I'm going to add, I think it was 6 cups of sugar. Yes, 6 cups of sugar. What I'm making, well, let me show you that. What I'm making out of this Bible, we'll call it the Canning Bible, is an old-fashioned jam, and I'm making the strawberry, okay? So I need 8 cups of strawberries, which I have, and 6 cups of granulated sugar, which I have ready to go in. And then you put that on the stove and you cook it all together for a long time, and I'll show you the process from there, okay? But let me get the measuring of the ingredients going here. Okay. Let me add my 6 cups of sugar. So, now in case you do hear a sound in the background here, yes, I have my dehydrator going. We just finished putting that on. And I felt like continuing on with experimentations in my kitchen today, and so I decided to get this fruit going and make some jam. I hope it turns out. The jars are really cute. Okay, now for the sugar. It says you just add the sugar all at once, so that's what I'm doing. There's 1. Actually, now that I have a little, there we go. I had a heaping pile of sugar here that I needed to get down a little bit so I could scoop it out. 2. 3. 4. Oh. That's 4. Let me hear. If you hear a little zap in the background, well, that's 5. Here in Florida, we have these little fruit flies, and they're really, really bad this year. So we put little containers of like vinegar and a fruit combination to try and trap them, and it does work, but it's a very slow process. So the other day, we got something at Home Depot. It's called a bug zapper. And so if you hear a little snap every now and then, the bug zapper we got is for indoor use. And it is setting right over there on the counter. So, I mean, it's horrible. I think they're worse than the regular house flies. The house flies are bigger. These are itty bitty fruit flies, and they get into everything. I mean, you have to cover your drinks, and when you have like a soda, even a water, you have to cover when you're sitting and watching TV and having something to drink or eat. You really have to watch it, because you might just take in a fruit fly. Now, I suppose some of you out there would say, that's only protein, no problem. But I prefer my protein by other means, thank you. 6. Okay, I'm going to get this going on the stove. I'll take you over there as I try and mix this all up. What was I going to do? This. Now, what we got going on my stove here today is the little jars are cooking, I guess. I've got them on a little bit of heat there, getting prepared for this sauce to go in. And I've got the lids back there, kind of finishing up the sterilizing process after I washed and dried everything. And I've got the screw tops here. So I am getting ready. Now, let me get to stirring. And I'm going to put you down there. There. Oh. Okay. Get this sugar all incorporated here in the strawberry mix. And what I'm using to do that is a potato masher. Because it said to mash down the strawberries, so that's kind of what I was doing. And I thought I'll just use this to get the get the sugar all mixed in there too. And then as it cooks, it should cook the strawberries down so it'll be even easier to mash it, I think. Okay, let me switch off and get a spoon. Okay, I'll use one of these. And come a little closer here so you can see. The directions I'll say, continuously stir. You don't leave this. Okay, so I'm not. I may have to get a chair to sit down after a while, but I am not leaving my strawberries. And I have to bring this to a boil. Let me show you what it looks like so far. I mean, it's just strawberry sauce, more or less. See? Just strawberry sauce. Just a strawberry sauce. Okay. Put you back here a little bit. There. Yeah. Yeah, it says to stir constantly until it boils. And after it boils, then it'll start thickening up. But I guess you just want to continuously stir so that you are, for one thing, getting all the juice out of the strawberries, mashing them down a little bit, but also getting the sugar incorporated into the strawberry sauce. That makes sense to me. So, and right now I've turned the jars down to a low. It's on very low on my stove. So, because I know it's going to take some time for this to boil. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn it up to medium. Oh wait, no, I don't want that one. Yeah, I'm going to turn it up to medium here on this one. I know I've seen some canners use the glass top stoves. Matter of fact, Tomorrow Day, I think she recently moved into a house where that's what she's using, is a glass top, and it worked well. That's what I have. Other people that I've seen canning, yeah, they've got the old-fashioned big gas stoves. Yeah, well, I've got this. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna turn the camera off here and I'll bring it back when this starts to thicken up a little bit. It hasn't even started to boil yet at all, so it's gonna take some time. But I'll bring it back when it starts doing something, okay? We just reached a boil. Now I'm stirring like crazy. Had a little bit of a overflow problem here. You gotta watch it, let me tell you. So now I'm stirring, trying to get it to thicken up a little bit. I don't know if, I think you can kind of see what it looks like here a little bit. Yeah. It's still real liquidy. So I'm going to keep stirring and bring it back when it starts looking a little bit more solid, thicker. Welcome back, everybody. I am at 220 degrees on the thermometer here. Let me get this over here. And it's still boiling. And I also did this test where they say if the syrup, if more than one drop forms, and we got a couple drops forming there, it is ready to go into the jars. So I am going to turn it off. And I know I'm still stirring, it's just a habit. I've been stirring for quite a while, let me tell you. And I'm going to move over here to another area where I'm going to start pulling the cans, or rather the jars out of the canner. They've been simmering a little bit, just on low. And I'm going to start filling them and putting them back into the canner to do a water bath. Let me get started. Well, my ladle works okay. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Just a little bit more. Don't pick up the jar, it's hot. Let me make sure I'm putting enough in here. A 1/4 inch headspace. Get something here. Another thing that you need to do is go down on the sides. Let me see if I can lift this. I have this utensil to use. Going down in the jar, it removes air bubbles before you put the lid on, okay? Alrighty. First of all, you need to wipe around the rim of the jar. Make sure there's no excess fluid around there. And this little jar is quite hot. Okay, then the lid can go on. Okay, and then the screw cap. And it said just barely screw it. Boy, that jar's hot. Okay. My first jar of strawberry jam. Well, ready to go into the water bath. Let me set that aside and fill another jar. Here's another jar ready to go. I think I'll leave that paper towel down here to catch my drips on my paper towel, on my dish towel. See how much is in there? Whoa, okay, we went a little bit too much on that one. Way to go, Deb. Okay. We had a little bit of spillage. I did wipe around the jar topping on this one. So that one is good, and I'm going to screw this on. Okay. Now to another jar. Okay. Wipe around the rim. Make sure that there's nothing on the very rim of the jar. Okay. Now the lid can go on. And the screw top. All right, I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of the jars here, and I'll bring it back before I put them into the canner, okay? I have 9 jars of jam. I'm just getting them into the water bath here quickly. And then I'll rearrange them and make sure that nothing is touching one another. I didn't think I'd be able to fit all these jars into the canner, but they all fit just fine. And the last jar, yes. All the cans are covered with water, so I'm going to increase the temperature here because I've just got this on low for right now. And I'm going to put the lid on and let it boil for 10 minutes. And then it's going to be processing for 10 minutes. Then I'm going to remove the lid of the canner, let the jars sit in the water for about 5 minutes before removing them and letting them cool on the counter. And then hopefully it will be jam. I'll bring it back, okay? The timer's just gone off. The jars have been boiling for 10 minutes, and I turned the heat off the burner, and they're going to cool down for 5 minutes. And then I'm going to take them out and set them somewhere on the counter to cool off for a while. Okay, I'll bring you back after I take them out. Here are the jars of jam cooling after coming to a boil and boiling for 10 minutes in the pressure canner. The lid wasn't shut tight on it though. But they'll be cooling here for the next 24 hours. And then I'll be double checking the seals and make sure everything's okay. My voice cracked there. I'm tired. I've been on my feet all afternoon. But I think I did a good job. We'll see. I'll test it first thing in about another day. Anyway, hope you're all doing great out there. Have a great day. Take care, and I'll be talking to you again real soon. But for right now, it's going to be bye.